Welcome to my channel where I show off my skills and encourage you to grow your own. In case you didn't know, my name is Corinne States and I am an artist. In this video, I chose an old grayscale picture of my mother when she was just a kid, and the original picture actually got damaged pretty badly, so I was trying to recreate this for her as a gift. So this is my first time actually doing a grayscale photo. It was kind of interesting. I didn't know how it was going to turn out because I'm used to seeing things in colors, not really just in grayscale. So in this picture, I started with my darkest darks in the eyes and around the eyes. It doesn't really matter if you want to start with your darkest darks or your lightest lights. I think it just depends on what you're looking for, what you're going for as an artist, and what technique you prefer. And this is what I preferred on this specific portrait. If you want to learn how to create this piece, follow the link in the description below to my Patreon page where you'll receive a traceable and printable image as well as step-by-step instructions by me on how to create it. You can also follow me on my Facebook page under Corinne States Fine Art to keep up to date on different works in progress as well as contests and commissions that I am currently working on. So in this video, because the photo is so old, there's mostly warm grays. I did lay a base layer of 20% warm gray down. Rather than just trying to work with the white background, I decided just to make the whole thing gray. And I really think it helped with the outcome. So I'm using Prismacolor Premier pencils. And also I'm using the Strathmore Bristol Smooth series. And I like this paper, but the problem that I have is it seems that sometimes depending on the color, they kind of like to chunk on the paper. So I don't really prefer this paper, but I do use it quite often. Most of the time I'll just avoid those colors that like to chunk up, and it's usually the browns that like to chunk up, but I did notice that even on the warm gray 20% that it also liked to chunk a little bit on this paper. Otherwise it's a good paper, it's sturdy, it's a little thicker, but some colors just don't seem to like the paper in the Prismacolor pack. I also noticed with this Bristol Smooth paper that adding the black onto the white, it seems to turn it a little bit like a blue color, which is kind of odd, but just be aware that that is also a possibility whenever you're using black on the Bristol. Now, if you have the original photo of this, you'll notice on it there are pieces of glass that are stuck to this part of the paper, so getting the shape of the nose was a little bit difficult because you can't really see it because the glass is blocking the view. So I kind of did a little research and I looked real close to try to get it as close as I possibly could, and this is what came out, which it looks pretty much like the picture. Now this area was a bit darker. It was behind her head and underneath her hair, so it does look a little blue in person, but on here it doesn't look blue, thankfully. So to stop the black from looking so blue, I used warm gray 70 and 50 to sort of blend that in a little bit better to the white on the background, and then I used the warm gray 20% to help even out the tones. Now in black and white photos, it's pretty easy to pick up on the shapes if you have a clear photograph or reference to look at. So I like to look at the shapes of everything. And the best advice that was ever given to me by another fellow artist, Bonnie Snowden, she said to draw what you see, not what you think you see. So that has stuck with me, and I think that as I draw, you think you see something, but in actuality it's something else. So just draw what you see, and that goes for shapes and colors alike. I hope that you liked watching me create this today. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up, hit that notification bell and subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified whenever I do future posts, as well as keeping up to date on my Patreon page and what I will be uploading as tutorials in the future. I thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you soon.